You know, Rob, one of the big stories, of course, surrounding the world of entertainment, movie news, and all that kind of stuff of last year, besides the pandemic, has been the real proliferation of the streaming wars. And we are still in the early days. And of course, when you talk about the streaming wars, you're going to be talking a lot about, you know, Netflix. You're going to be talking about Disney Plus. You're going to be talking about Amazon. Apple is, you know, making some strong headway in that area as well. But one of the ones that came out emerging a little bit late in the race is Paramount Plus. That has been coming out, and it's going to supplant what was CBS All Access. It's going to be replacing that. And Rob, in the recent month or so, they have been doing some moving and shaking with making some pretty big announcements of some content that they're going to be doing and showing that Paramount is very serious about becoming a major player in this race. You know, if they can become a major player at this point in this race. Well, anyway, a piece of news came out this morning that shows, again, they are very serious about getting into this race. Whether they can or not is another question, but they want to get into this race, as they've announced that this week alone, Paramount Plus is going to be adding 1,000 movies to their catalog. Over 1,000 movies to their catalog. Now, some of them are obviously, yeah, that one, of course, because Paramount was connected, but some of them are surprising. Let's take a look at a couple of the ones that are coming. In the sense of action-adventure, Terminator Dark Fate, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Red Dawn, Skyfall, The Avengers. That's interesting to me. How does Disney Plus not have that one locked up yet as an exclusive? Anyway, The Avengers, Gemini Man, rhythm section comedies like a Boss, The Hustle, Valley Girl, What Men Want, Fighting with My Family, which is great, by the way. Fighting with My Family is great. Not a lot of people saw it. You should. It's really, really good. The Little Hours, The Dictator, I Love You Man, one of Anne's all-time favorite comedies. So then you got things like critically acclaimed titles like Rocket Man, Judy, Florence and the Jenkins, The Wolf of Wall Street, Revolutionary Road, The Soloist, The Birdcage, Full Monty, Little Women. Kids films like Sonic the Hedgehog, Addams Family, and others. Horror like Body Cam, Saint Maud, Crawl, Child's Play, Gretel and Hansel, Pet Cemetery. That was awful, by the way. The modern Pet Cemetery. So on and so forth. So they are clearly getting really serious because, Rob, you and I often talk about that the key to the streaming wars is content. Content. That's it. And if you don't have it, you're not even in the game. Don't worry about it. Listen, Paramount Plus got off to a rocky start with CBS All Access, which did not take off the way they originally wanted it to. They have made moves and adjustments, some of which you and I have both liked very much. So now they're getting a little bit more serious, adding 1,000 things. They've got the Mark Wahlberg movie coming out. Of course, things like the next Mission Impossible will be going to Paramount Plus. A Quiet Place 2 will be going to Paramount Plus once it goes to streaming. So they are making moves. Rob, obviously in the short term, we're not going to get to this time next year and Paramount will be up there with Disney Plus and Netflix or HBO Max yet. But if they continue like this, can we be talking about Paramount Plus up there like that in 2 years, in 3 years? So, Rob, what do you make of this move right now? And where, with the trajectory they're on, how well do you think Paramount Plus could potentially fare in these streaming wars?
Well, obviously, John, I mean, adding 1,000 movies to their channel is quite the inducement for subscribers to sign up. And that's really what it's all about. I mean, the thing about these streaming services is that the subscriber base tells them how much money they're making every month. It literally is their only cash flow, you know, unless they're going to sell ads, which I don't think they are right away. And the more subscribers you get, the more money you make. And that having that guaranteed cash flow in the entertainment business is a pretty great way to, it's a healthy business. So I think putting these movies up is absolutely the right move. And they have a long, long way to go before they become anywhere near the same strength or size that HBO Max or Disney or Netflix. I mean, they're bringing up the rear, John, by a substantial margin, I think. And I think this is only a good thing. And we as consumers, I mean, 1,000 movies, that's a lot of content. I mean, how long would it take you in your lifetime to watch all 1,000 of those if you watched one a day? Well, I guess it would take 1,000 days, which is, it's 3 years, you know, and that's pretty good. So I think what they're doing is obviously something that is meant to gain attention and notoriety and cause people to plunk down their hard-earned dollars. I think it's a good thing. And we as consumers getting a lot of those movies all in one place, and especially if we're going to get that Paramount catalog, why not? I guess it's just one more place I'm going to have to subscribe to now.
I have to admit, I've loaded it up a couple times. I subscribe to it, and I like the service. It's good. And by the way, they've got a $4.99 a month plan. I mean, so they're coming in aggressively. Now, then they have like a more premium $9.99 a month plan that includes like live streaming of all the various CBS networks and stuff like that, something that like a Netflix or a Disney Plus doesn't really have. So that's a little bit of a unique factor as well. So they're coming out pretty aggressive. It's going to be neat to see how well they do long term. Question is for you guys. What do you think of this move by Paramount? First of all, they've made some pretty nice moves recently, adding a whole bunch of films to their catalog. Are you guys already subscribed to Paramount Plus? If not, are you tempted, or do you just pay no attention to Paramount Plus? Whatever you guys think, jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.